Hey everybody, hope you are well on this glorious day. When I pulled over to do this video, I opened my window because it was so beautiful outside and was quickly attacked by a horde of mosquitoes. So I just spent the last few minutes killing about half a dozen mosquitoes and watching the last couple still fly around my car, which is sort of apropos of what I've been doing for the last few days. So as I mentioned last time, I did hike the Connecticut section of the Appalachian Trail with one of my daughters, Abby, which I've been talking about doing for a long time, and it was a wonderful experience. First of all, it is almost entirely in the 64th District, which is a special feature for us. Not entirely. There's a little section that's in Sherman, Connecticut, and also despite the fact that the map that you will pick up, which says Appalachian Trail in Connecticut, there's a tiny section that's actually in New York, which I did not know until I was on the trail and there was a little sign saying you are now entering New York. Not much, so we can still claim credit to it. But it was a great, although tiring experience. My daughter and I had a great time. Had to get back in work clothes today, and I'm still looking at my fingernails will be dirty for the next few days until I probably chop them all off. But when we spent 3 long days of hiking, about somewhere between 16 and 18 miles a day, and then one short day, in which we got up very early on the last day so that we could summit on Bear Mountain, which is the highest peak in Connecticut. Amazingly, it was very beautiful, not amazingly, but also very cold. So we wore pretty much everything we had, because it's windy at the top there, and we made ourselves a cup of coffee and watched the sunrise, which was really spectacular. There were some mosquitoes also out on the trail and a few ticks, but also a lot of wonderful people. We happened to be traveling alongside a couple of through hikers for the 3 nights that we were out on the road. And that was also fun. We brought them home and let them have a shower at our house and clean up and gave them some clean laundry to hit the trail again. So it was a great experience. Also, when you're doing all that, hiking, it's a lot of time to think about things. And one of the things, I have a lot of reflections on it, which I'll probably get to over time. But one of them in particular, on the last day of the hike, toward the end of the last long day, toward the end of the hike, we were hiking up Lion's Head, which is a really familiar hike to our family. We used to live very close to the Lion's Head trailhead on Bunker Hill Road. And it's a familiar, comfortable feature to us. And I naively was thinking, God, that'll be so great to hit Lion's Head at the end of that 3rd day when I'm tired. And my daughter reminded me, remember, Mom, it's different when you've been hiking for 3 days and that you've already hiked 15 miles by the time you get to that last ascent. And it's kind of a long slog when you're carrying a 35-pound pack. And good for her for reminding me, because it is different. It's a different achievement, which just remind me of the basic principle that, achieving a certain goal in life, whatever it is, the difficulty of it is very different depending on where you're coming from and what you're carrying with you and what you had to do in order to get there in the first place. And just a reminder that, achieving certain mileposts in life is very different for some different people, depending on, what you had to go through to get there. Let's see, there's lots of other environmental things. We also celebrated the preservation of the Vaughnahan Preserve last week, which is a reminder of another spectacularly beautiful piece of property and how important, this wild and open space we have out here in the northwest corner is to all of us. A couple other reminders. There's a community breakfast for the Kent Volunteer Fire Department on Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing the Salisbury Rotary on Tuesday. A reminder that sales tax-free week continues for the back-to-school period, for those of you who are looking at school supplies, through August 26th, and that the Department of Agriculture has extended the deadline for farm flood damage grants. Again, I'll put more details in the newsletter, but that deadline has been extended to August 31st, so there's a little extra time there. So my next big adventure, as I've mentioned, is a road trip, a little different kind of a trip that I'll be driving with my older daughter, Maud, out to Arizona. So I purchased an actual map today, an actual atlas for the first time in a while. I thought it would be good for us to sort of mark it up together. So I'll be available in that period, but I'll be on the road a lot starting Wednesday of next week. Hope you're well. Hope you can enjoy the weather and stay away from mosquitoes.